Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to discuss about applications of stacks in data structures. So in this, I'm going to discuss about introduction to stacks and various applications of stacks like reverse of a string, checking whether parentheses are valid or invalid, infix to postfix conversion, infix to prefix conversion, and evaluation of a postfix. So in this particular video, I'm going to discuss only about checking whether parentheses are valid or invalid. So in the previous video, I already discussed about reverse of a string. So please watch it before watching this video. Now let us see the definition of a stack. A stack is a collection of elements where we can insert and delete elements in the same direction. That means insertion and deletion of the elements are allowed from one direction, that is from the top of the stack. So here insertion is nothing but pushing the elements into the stack, and similarly deletion is nothing but popping out the elements from the stack. The stack can be implemented in two ways. One is using arrays and second one is using linked list. So if we are using arrays to represent the stack, then the stack will be of fixed size. If we are using linked list, the stack can be used until the memory is exhausted. So in this, we will consider a variable called top. If we are using arrays, the top will be initially at -1. So if we are using linked list, the top initially will be at null position. So whenever the stack is full and the user still wants to push the elements into the stack, then the stack gets overflowed. Similarly, when the stack is empty and the user still wants to pop out the elements, that means no more elements are present in the stack and we need to pop out the elements, then the stacks get underflowed. So we can conclude that the stack follows LIFO principle, which means last in, first out. So this is the brief introduction about the stack. Now let us see the various applications of the stack. So in the previous video, I already discussed about reversing of a string using stacks. So in this particular video, I will discuss checking whether parentheses are valid or invalid. So in this, we will have an input string. We will scan that input string one by one character at a time from left to right. So whenever note that the input string consists of various brackets like opening bracket, flower bracket, and square bracket, etc. So whenever that character is in a bracket, we will push that element into the stack. So whenever we found a closing bracket, we will pop out the top element from the stack and compare whether the pair is matching or not. That is for the flower opening bracket, the flower closing bracket should be matched. And similarly for the square opening bracket, the square closing bracket should be matched. So if the both are not matched, we will return that the parentheses are invalid. So we will repeat the entire process until the all elements are scanned. So for better understanding, we will look into an example. So let us consider we have an input expression. So now we will scan the each input expression character by character. So for the initially we will have an empty stack after scanning the first input element, that is square opening bracket. Since it is an opening bracket, we will push the element into the stack. So now the second character, it is also an opening bracket. So we will push that second character into the stack. So now look at the third character, which is A. Since it is an operand, no action should be performed. Now look at the fourth character. Since it is an operator, no character is needed to be performed. So at the fifth iteration, it is also an operand, so that no operation should be performed. Now at the sixth iteration, we can observe that it is an closing braces. So now pop out the top element from the stack and check whether the pair is matching or not. So hence it is matching, we will pop out that element from the stack. So now the stack consists only single character, which is opening square bracket. So now at the seventh iteration, it is an star. It is an operand. So no action is needed to be performed. So at the eighth iteration, It is an opening flower bracket. So push that element into the stack. At the ninth operation, C. 10th operation, minus. And the 11th operation, D. So no operation should be performed. So at the 12th iteration, we can observe that it is an closing flower braces. So now pop out the top element from the stack and compare whether the pair is matching or not. So it is matching. Now pop out the element from the stack. So if it is not matching, we will return that it is an invalid parenthesis. So now pop out the 13th character from the string. That is closing square bracket. So hence we can conclude that so at the end of the string, no more characters are present in the stack. So now we can conclude that this is a valid parenthesis. So this is the process of checking whether the parenthesis is valid or invalid. Now let us write a C program by implementing stacks. So this is the C program for checking whether the parentheses are valid or invalid. So in this, initially I declared a variable called top. Initially it is set to -1. And also I also have a character array called stack of maximum 20 elements. So if the input character is an opening braces, we will push into the stack array. I mean character array called stack. And I had three functions. One is void push, pop, and bool is empty. This push function pushes the element or inserts the element into the stack. Similarly, pop function returns the top element from the stack and also removes it. This isEmpty function, it checks whether the stack is empty or not. Based on that, it will return true or false. So in the main function, I scanned the input character array, input string. So I'm running a for loop for each iteration. So for that, if the particular character is opening braces, I will perform push function. So else if the particular character in the string is a closing braces, I will check whether the stack array is empty or not. If it is empty, I will print that invalid parenthesis and I will return. So if the stack is not empty, first I will pop out the top element from the stack and I will check whether the pair is matching or not. That is for the closing square brackets, it should be opening square brackets. So if it is not matched, I will print that invalid parenthesis and I will return the function. So if all the characters are scanned in the input array and finally the stack array is empty, I will print that valid parenthesis. If not, I will print that invalid parenthesis. So this is the C program for checking whether the uh, parentheses are valid or invalid. So thank you for watching this video till the end. Please like, share and subscribe to our channel. If you have any doubts regarding this checking parentheses valid or invalid, or if you want to provide any feedback, please comment below. Thank you for watching.